So I'm just going to start with addressing those who are watching us right now. So hello and welcome to the Skill Arbitrage YouTube channel. I am Rishita, and we have been meeting weekly on this channel to speak to leaders from startup industry. And today we are going to talk about data science. In today's fast-paced world, data is the backbone of decision making and innovation. Be it essential services from healthcare to weather predictions, or on the other hand, it's understanding consumer preferences and optimizing business. Data science is really at the center of it all. So today, our guest speaker is someone who has over 10 years of experience in the field of data science. He's also a trainer and mentor, and currently he is the senior data scientist at Taskus. Please meet Sunil Patel. Hi, Sunil.
Hi Rishita, thank you so much, Rishita. And I would like to thank you all giving me an opportunity to connect with you here. And thank you so much, Rishita, for warm introduction about me. So today, as Rishita mentioned my name is Sunil Patel. Let me take opportunity to introduce myself quickly. My name is Sunil Patel, and I'm a senior data scientist with more than 14 years of experience in the industry as a working professional and more than 8 years of experience in core data science world as a data science expert or data science leader, you can say. Currently, I'm leading a global innovation team in my organization, and my team is responsible to build enterprise level of data driven solution or application for operation, HR, and clients. They use these applications to strategize their day-to-day work to achieve business KPI goals. So this is about my current profile, as Rishita mentioned, and I'm also associate with Scalar as a mentor. I have been associate since 2020, and I'm also because this is my passion to sharing a knowledge. Because I believe, uh, and this is my philosophy, I can say, to transfer the knowledge to transform the lives. In the data science world, if you are able and if you are open to transfer your learnings, your knowledge, whatever you have, then definitely it's a win-win situation for all of us. You will grow side by side, and other people will get benefited with your knowledge and information and all. And thank you again, Rishita. And yeah, we can start this session.
Thank you so much for that lovely insight into what you do and what motivates you every day to do this. And we are so excited to have you here because we've all been talking about data science in the last few years. It has gone from being a field that wasn't discussed about all that much to being something at the forefront of our discussions when it comes to business and basically any technology in the world, frankly. Um, Data privacy and those concerns, and Web3 trying to address those privacy concerns also puts data at the forefront of our thoughts and discussions. So, Sunil, you said that you love being in this field and sharing your learnings with people. I want to
Mhm.
ask you how you came to be in this field in the first place. What brought you here?
Great question. And again, I got opportunity to share my journey because I would say, Rishita, more or less, data science is a journey. It's not a kind of another kind of profession where you can do some degree program, diploma program, and you can become a expert or professional in that particular area of industry or profession, we can say, right? In the
Hmm.
data science, I would like to share my journey when I completed my graduation in 2006, and I got an opportunity to start my career with NTPC and the National Thermal Power Corporation as a computer engineer, you can say. And there I got opportunity to work on MS Excel because early 2006 and 7, we people not well aware about the data analysis or data science kind of roles and jobs, right? right? So I worked in Excel, and somehow I got connected with the interest in how to come up with the useful information from the raw data, because there were a lot of data with NTPC. They gathering a lot of data, so I got opportunity to build insight graphs and all. Not much that particular label that data scientist people do, but a very fundamental level. So one day I asked my GM that how these insights help you to uh, get benefited or get the decisions on this particular work what I am doing. So he said, Sunil, see, whatever you do that help me to present to the companies which those the companies which are working with us to take a right decision at the right time, so that they get the more business benefit or profits. So I got curiosity to learn more about that, and then I asked him how I can make my career in that particular domain. So he said, first you need to understand the business, how business work, then you can come up with the data analyst kind of skill set where you can work on data and come up with some actionable insight. So that is the day when I found I should do something. So I did my MBA in marketing and finance to understand the business in depth. And then I started work with ICICI Bank as operation manager. Then I switched my career towards the data science. There are a lot of milestone after uh, uh, leaving ICICI Bank. I thought I should work with the company where I get more opportunity to explore myself, and that's a thing I found startups, and I work around seven with the 7 or 8 startups to explore my career, to explore the horizon of data science world. So I gradually I got opportunity to improve my job profile as well as my experience. So I work as a BA, BDA, BDM, data analyst, junior data analyst, then junior data scientist, senior data scientist, and today as a lead data scientist. So it's a journey where you have to enjoy, and we have you have to focus on the destination and work and put your efforts smartly and go step by step towards your uh, uh, destination or your um, job dream job career, whatever you have found, because data science is a vast field, right? Under the data science, some people can make their interest in ML engineering, ML scientist, NLP engineer, computer vision engineer. There are many options are there, right? Data engineer, cloud engineer, ML ops engineer. Today, generative AI engineer, prompt engineer, like many roles are there. But you have to figure it out where you want to go. That's the reason today I think we people come up with this topic, the power of clarity in the data science career, right?
Absolutely. Thank you for explaining it to us in such simple and adaptable way. That we can all use this advice in our own careers. Continuous learning, upskilling, exploring your field, and finding out what you really enjoy. So, speaking about that, you are a data scientist. What about this field really appeals to you? What is it that this is the field for you?
Uh, Good question, I can say. And Rishika, see, uh, before answering this question, I would say first of all we need to get the clarity what is our role, and on daily basis whatever we do, how other people get benefited. Because ultimately as a data scientist our role is to make complex thing very simple and come up with the insight or actionable insight where someone, either leader or client or a stakeholder or like that, they can take a right decision at the right time, so that their business their business get benefited in terms of generating profit or improving the product quality, the service quality, in terms of improving the process of operation, like that. So for me, I would say on day-to-day basis, I can say the thing which drive my motivation to work in the data science field is I always focus on making complex thing is very simple using my data science skill sets or my experience and knowledge, and help others to improve their uh, current status, even 1%, 2%, whatever, right?
Continuous growth, even a little step matters. It counts in
Yes,
the long run.
yes.
So, does any instance come in mind when you speak about, harnessing your understanding of data and your clarity on data
Mhm.
to solve a particular problem for any of your organizations? ऐसा कोई instance you remember जहाँ पे you were able to use data science to address a problem?
Uh, okay, so let me come up with the very specific use case which we have solved before. In the you know very well, right? In the data science world, we have more than 85% or some around 85% of text data, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And generally, we people interact with the text in terms of chat, email, or exchanging our thoughts, exchanging our ideas, whatever. So where I'm working, this is the contact center, right? This is a next generation of support center, and the world largest or leading organization, I can say, in the support center industry, right?
Right.
So generally what we have done recently, because we have huge text data, so me and my team has built our own application which help to gathering the data in any form. Either it could be uh, chat transcription, it could be the recording of voice between client and agent, it would be email, it would be the social media post, any form of raw data. Our application convert that particular raw data in that particular data into a text form, whether it could come from video, chat, email, whatever, and it convert into the text, and then it generate different um, uh, summary in the form of engrams, the keyword pairs. It generate the NER, name entity recognition. It do the sentiment analysis. It do the text summarization, what people have discussed between during that conversation, and it generate the uh, data for classification model, right? The generating the topics, right? So it's an application which gather the raw data in any form and give the useful, actionable insight to the leader, so that they in the operation department, so that they can improve their quality of operation, and they can achieve their KPIs on day-to-day basis. The KPI, it means key performance indicator, because in KPO, in BPO or KPO industry, they sign the SLAs with the clients, right? They
Right.
have to achieve their KPIs. It could be the average handle time, CST, customer satisfaction ratio, like that, and different KPIs. So our application help them to take a right decision or the real-time decision based on the text data available in our data storage.
Right. So that is a very practical, ongoing day-to-day application that you just spoke about. How data can address something as simple as performance and quality.
Right.
Yeah, very interesting. I want to understand just
Mhm.
how has data. So you spoke that back then in the day 2006, there
Mhm.
wasn't much buzz around
Mhm.
data. as a
Hmm.
field.
Hmm.
Uh, so how has it grown or evolved since then to now, 2023?
Great, great. So, great question. I can say, Rishita, earlier day or because data science is is a very old profession, right? Just
Right.
buzzing right now. But earlier
Uh-huh.
days, when I was working in 2006, generally people store data in structured manner, row and column format. It could be the Excel sheet or it could be the another form, but it always could be a tabular form, right?
Right.
So earlier days data is only available in a structured form, and due to the structured form, we people generally store data in either um, a local machine or a server or SQL relational database like that. But today, I can say the data available in any form, whatever the information or whatever the raw things recorded in any form, like we people are doing this session. And this session is a data if our organization is building an application which help us to improvise the audience engagement, right?
Right.
And everything is the data right now, whether it in a form of video, audio, picture, the chat or email or anything. So currently data is used and data in multiple ways and multiple types. Earlier days data is only available in row and column form and very limited data, right?
Mm-hmm.
So today there is I would say there is lot of opportunity to think in a different manner, because as we discussed about the clarity, why clarity is important in our today's topic, because today many people got confused to choose their profession based on the type of data, right? For me, I love to work on text data because I know this is the real data where two human or machine or either machine between machine interact with each other, right? This is the one and only format where we people communicate with each other. And because of the curiosity, I just want to understand how data science can play the role to to take a decision and to improvise the communication, to improvise the uh, transferring the information, transferring the knowledge, which help others or us to take a right decision at the right time, right? So today is the vast data and opportunity is also vast. If you think about like this, I just wanna make my career to go deep how voice data works, right?
Okay.
And if
Mm-hmm.
you think like that, then you have to think about the domain expertise. If you wanna work on the voice data, then you have to think about the sound engineering domain, how
Mm-hmm.
sounds work, how those things work. Once you decided that you want to work in a voice data earlier in your college or schooling time, then you can think about how I can choose my education, how I can choose my schooling, colleging, and then I will become a data scientist or machine learning engineer or generative AI engineer or future, we don't know, but definitely if you will think only about the type of data and on the basis of that particular different type of data, if you choose your interest, then
Mm-hmm.
you can start this data science journey very earlier of your early days of your life or your career, right?
Right. Right. So even, yeah, wow. Now thinking of it, data is a vast field, yes, but within data there are so many categories and types and modes and mediums of it. And yes, understanding that in itself is sort of a study and analysis of data.
Thank you
And
so much.
We have been talking about how important data can be, from the biggest business decisions to the smallest personal decisions. So, and people who might be watching us right now, maybe there some of them are already data professionals, and some might be thinking of having a career. So I just wanted to talk about certain core understandings of data science. And it is always said that, data collection is also an understanding and a skill on its own, that
Hmm.
the things you do to collect data, I'm sorry, to solve a particular problem, that's a skill, and it's important on its own. I would love you if I'm sorry, I would love it if, if you could
Thank you.
please share.
So, Rishita, I would
Yes.
say again, good question, because see, the people who wanted to make their career in data science world, they need to understand how data science project work end to end, right? Because understanding of how data science project work end to end, which lead us to answer this question, because journey start, let me take a few minutes to explain how data science project work end to end, so that people get connect with us. So the problem start, the project start from understanding the business problem, and to understand the business problem, you need to be a professional in subject specific, in a domain specific. Here in our industry or our domain, we people call those people as a domain expert or the subject matter expert, right? So you need to be good about that particular domain, and then you can understand the business problem. Once you are able to understand the business problem very deep or in depth, then you can think about what sort of data I require to work on this particular business problem, right? Once you think, or once you make a decision, this kind of data I need, because most of the time, or 99% of the time, 99% time, 99% time, sorry, my bad. Most of the time, we people don't know what sort of data we will get. Even client don't know. This is the data I have. They just know I have a data, but they don't know what is the actual nature of data, right? So they just put the data, and then we gather, we start exploring the data. That is the next step of data science project. But I suggest many people, or I suggest our audience, that before exploring the data, try to make a loop with the client to get as maximum as possible data, right? We don't know what kind of data we have, so ask client to get the maximum data. Once you get the data, the next step is exploring the data in different manner using statistical and mathematical knowledge. So here the question of your here the answer of your question. Once you able to understand the business problem, and then once you are able to understand what sort of data we needed, here the skill come, that is called data engineering or ETL engineering data skills, where people gather the data from different resources, extract that particular data, and transform in a our storage. It could be a data warehouse, or it could be a local machine, it could be whatever, right? But they store the data in our specific storage where we can pull the data, right? So this is the question. And once we get the data, then we start explorating data. That's called exploratory data analysis. Here the role come of data analyst. Data analyst put their statistical and mathematics skill to explore the data in different manner and come up with the useful information. The information in the form of, it could be in a form of chart or report or dashboard, whatever, right? But they use their Python skill or R skill to explore the data and to understand what is the possibility to make the next decision. The next decision or the next step is uh, figure it out what sort of machine learning model we people build on top of this data, right? So after
Correct.
exploring the data, we people take a decision and we people able to figure it out. This is the opportunity. This is the opportunity where we can build the machine learning model. It could be a regression problem, it could be the classification problem, it could be the clustering problem, recommendation engine, whatever, right? Once we are able to figure it out, mm, uh, this is the data and this is the possibility, then we start doing the experimentation. And here the data scientist role come in big companies, or I can say MNCs, right? Data scientists start experimenting with the final data which already explored. So he or she build baseline model, and then do the feature engineering, feature selection, model fine tuning, and build different models. And today there are a lot of option available, where we people just plug and play and build hundreds of model within 5 or 10 minutes, right? Like PyCarrot and different algorithm and libraries are there. Just plug your model, model give you the data, give you the hundreds of models, and then you can start putting your data science skill to choose what is the possibility to select the best model, how you can fine tune even the the library itself can fine tune or help you to choose the best model, but it work in a different situation or based on the situation to situation. If it good fit the if data is good fit for your model, then you can uh, take the opportunity or get the benefit from that particular library, but sometimes it is not possible. So the here we people build the machine learning model, fine tune the model, select the model, and then come up with the final model with the client. Here we interact with the client and share, hey guys, this is the things we have built, and this is the performance. These are the performance metrics model is giving. Are you good with the accuracy? If that is the classification model, if that is the regression model, then we ask, are you good with the MAPE or R square, like different metrics, right? And on the basis of our model performance, we will ask client to sign off that particular model so that we will go with the deployment, because that is the next step is deploying model in production. And here the actual challenge come into the picture, because in the data science world, 90% of model or 90% of companies will not move with the deployment of model in production. They just build the model, test the model, validate the model, but they couldn't deploy the model in production. Why? Because this demands, or this come up with the cost, this come up with the many resources, this come up with the challenges, right? And so next step is deploying model in production. You can deploy model in a server or in your own premises server or cloud server. And once model will get deployed, it start giving a, if it is a forecasting model, then it start giving a forecasting outcomes. If it is a prediction model, then it start giving a predictions. And if it is a different model, like we did NLP, then it start giving a result and outcome in a that particular manner. And your output or your result will get again stored in some of the storage, right? In cloud, it could be, if you are using the AWS, then it could be S3, or it could be a different, right? Whatever. Once your output get stored in a proper place, then the role come of the data visualization analyst or BI analyst, right? The next step is that. So BI analyst or visualization analyst, data visualization analyst will gather that particular outcome from your storage and build the nice looking dashboard or reports, so that that final outcome will get shared with the client. And at the end, here the role come of data scientist as a storytelling guy. He
Okay.
or she should be very, very good with the communication in terms of a story, because generally client doesn't entertain us if we come up with the technical jargons, or we can say our model is giving MAPE or R square or whatever. So they will not entertain you, right? You should come up with
Yes.
the kind of a story where they can focus on a profit or saving a cost, right? So this is the end-to-end journey or end-to-end project of data science. And here I think our audience will get more clarity where they can look their career and where they can make their career.
Yes, thank you so much for explaining the end-to-end roles within a data science department when building a solution. I just wanted to understand. So we've spoken about, understanding the problem, sort of sorting through the data you've received to get the relevant data, then selecting a model based on what your needs are, then deploying that model and visualizing that data to explain to the client. So yes, we while we're working on a product for a client, these are the things that any data scientist or any person related with the department should think about. What are some of the like KPIs you spoke about, key performance indices? What are some of those which sort of tell you the success of that product that you have built? What are some of those markers or benchmarks that we use, or KPIs, to define the success of the product?
Okay, great. So if I again talk about the application which we have built earlier,
Mm-hmm.
so the application which help us to transform all the raw text in a useful, actionable insight in
Mm-hmm.
the form of dashboard and report. So here, what we people did, we people we people integrate this application with the employee review feedback. Generally what we did in an organization, quarterly basis we people, because here in our organization there are more than 70K of employee. So generally we people take the feedback on quarterly basis, right? So 70,000 people, the data of 75,000 70,000 employee in the form of feedback, our application work on that particular data to find the useful key things which need to improve in next quarter, right? We our
Hmm.
application categorize all the feedback in five category. For example, some people talk about the um, work life culture, some people talk about the work life balance, some people talk about the payouts, some people talk about work from home or work from anywhere culture, some people talk about the diversity and like that. Some people talk about the facilities our company provided. So this application automatically divided all the information in five or six category. And on the basis of that, it gives the clear indication this area of that particular feature we need to improve in next quarter, so our company can take right action on that. So here what we do, we did a class um, uh, machine learning classification model, you can say, or topic building application, you can say. Here application itself bring the data, take the data, divided in five or six category, and on the basis of it indicated these are the area of improvement. So here I can say uh, there is a parameter, different key parameter, which we need to understand by our own domain expertise, right? Because here the HR experience, or the operation manager experience come up with that, yes, the findings which machine come up with is more relevant and we need to work. Here we can't put this is the metrics which we can use to find this machine is giving
Mm,
right or wrong, right? Their human
right.
experience and human intelligence come. Let me
Mm,
talk about the another application which we can say is important to take a decision. So, for example, I just take an example of one of the use case where company introduce a policy on regular basis in a contact center itself. For example, XYZ organization is our client, right? And and we handle their one of KPI, you can say average handle time. Okay, so average handle time is a KPI. They just give tickets on regular basis, and our team handle those tickets in a within a specific SLA, like you can say 5 minute or 4 minute or whatever. Let's take a 5 minute, and gradually they have n number of policy. For example, I take they have 20 policies, and those policies had divided in three categories. The first one is your high risk category, second one is medium risk category, and third one is a low risk category. If that particular organization introduce any policy on regular basis, here we need to change entire operation process. We need to train our agent on the basis of new policy. We need to figure it out how much time they take to get normalized to understand that new policy, right? And here we build one of the use case, you can say, that is the predictive model which predict the future average handle time based on the historical data. Machine learned from the historical data, and here we have introduced different feature based on policy and the risk type. And on the basis of that, my machine will figure it out what would be the future AST if they introduce that particular policy and in a specific risk type category. So here the accuracy parameter is MAPE, the right, and R square, so these two parameters which help us to identify whether our machine is giving for our audience, I can say MAPE is the parameter or matrix which help us to understand the what sort of error our machine is giving. If MAPE is 5%, then it means my machine is predicting 95% accurate result and giving a 5% of error, and R square is similar to like that. So I can say we have two, three key metrics where we select where we decide whether our machine is giving a good accuracy or good performance or not. Here, what benefit that particular XYZ company get? They can adjust their duration or the timing to introduce the policy in the system. For example, they are going to introduce that particular policy on, for let's suppose today is 11. Let's suppose they will introduce this policy 30th of this October. So machine can predict what could be the possibility our agent will get achieve their SLAs of that particular KPI if they introduce that policy of 30th. For example, machine predict that there is no possibility they can achieve KPI within next 10 or 15 days. So they can adjust their timing of introducing the policy. They can either introduce their policy before or after or on 30th.
thank you for such a detailed explanation, and thank you for simplifying it down for us.
Thank you.
And while we're on the topic of working as a data scientist or in the field of data science, I want to ask about a topic not often spoken about,
Mhm.
but it's very crucial to
Mhm.
this profession, which is what are the ethical considerations that one should
Mhm.
take into account while
Mhm.
working with data.
Mhm.
Uh, I would like to know about some of those.
So, great question or great point you have put up here, Vishal. The thing is that I would say the ethical consideration are the paramount in data science, right? Clarity in ethics means being transparent about how data is collected, used, and protected, right?
Mhm.
Because if you are not have that particular ethics to uh, being transparent all the time with the organization, with the client, with our team, with the different department, then the very first thing is that you will not come up with the exact solution which client or the user or the end user uh, expected from us. The very first thing. The
Mhm.
second thing is that because of the because of the data privacy policy, that is the must thing, right? You need to be always transparent and protected and clear with the data set. But again, if you make your own code of principle to always be transparent and uh, have that ethical uh, things with your own career, you will always be in a safe zone, right? Because either you know or not, you don't know, intentionally or unintentionally. If you do that mistake, then definitely, if someone will track you or capture your thing in any manner, the reflection or the outcome would be always harmful or negative in terms of career or in terms of your personal uh, growth and all, right? So
Yeah.
always transparent and ethical with the data, and that is
Yeah.
the most important thing in data science career.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yes, it's extremely important to be ethical in whatever we do because it just takes one wrong step to ruin our authenticity or our expertise. Nobody will trust us after that, so it's
Yes,
extremely
yes.
important.
Yes, and
And
sorry to interrupt you. If if I just pointed out the application or the knowledge what I have shared so far with you,
mm,
even I'm sharing the internal things of my organization. I didn't put any name of the client. I didn't
yes,
put any kind of feature or the data or anything about the thing which can release or come up with any sort of things which harm my career or my uh, things, right? So you should also take care of these things always.
yeah, definitely. Very, very fine line between sharing information and breaching confidentiality.
Yes.
Certainly. Um, now thinking of career in data science, say there's a young professional out here who's listening to us today and wondering, has always been interested in this field and has been listening and has gotten some clarity on the power of clarity in data science. What would you suggest to this person? How should they upskill themselves if they have those basic skills, technical skills? How to upskill themselves and build a strong career in data science?
Great. So let me share the key factor which help us to make our career in data science, because I am a mentor and I have good experience in data science. So I can say there are three key factor to build our career in data science. The very first one is your domain knowledge, domain expertise, or your subject matter expertise, right? Because if you are not good to understand the knowledge domain or that particular use case, then definitely there is no way to go forward, right? Because very first thing is that you need to understand the uh, business problem or the use case, or sometime you need to figure it out the opportunity. Even no one will come up with the business problem. If you are working in an organization like I'm working here, we people always, or my team, my directors, BPs and data science, always discuss with the different department, different client, how we can get the opportunity to work with uh, with any data for them, right? So sometimes you need to work on that area as well, where you need to figure it out the opportunity. So in that particular case, you need to be come up with the domain expertise or subject matter expert skills. So the very first one is your domain expert knowledge, your skill. And the second is your technical skill, right? So in data science, there are many things you need to learn, like uh, if we start from programming, then Python, R, SQL, Scala, different languages. And if we talk about the next technical skill, we can say the skill to understand the machine learning algorithms, how different tools works, how different libraries works, like that. If we talk about the data visualization skill, then you need to learn different tools to build the dashboard and reports like Power BI, Tableau, QuickView, and many more. So there are many technical skills you need to focus to build your data science career. And the third one is your soft skill. If we people talk about the soft skill, then the very first one is problem solving mindset. You always be ready with the yes. Even if you don't know how it will work, how you will find the solution, you have to say yes, I will work, because data science is a field where we people get the platform where we can do the different experimentation. We can do the mistake. Company and client both allow us to do the mistake and learn from the mistake and improve the chances to get the success. That is the way to work in data science, right? So the very first skill in soft skill area, or the key factor, is problem solving mindset. Second one is your curiosity, right? You have always come up with the question, even that look like the foolish question. 80% or more than 80% of time, we people come up with the question which is look like, oh, you should ask this. People think like that. It's a foolish question, or it's a question like, oh, guys, you should know, like that. They think like that. But I would say, if you're not have clarity about that particular question, or even if you have 1% chance to improve your clarity, ask that particular question first and make that particular documentation, right? Because sometimes people ask, but at the same time they don't understand the answer, they again need to revise that particular question and answer, then they get the clarity. It works for
Yeah.
many people, right? So take the documentation and ask the question and come up with your curiosity kind of skill. Third one is in soft skill that I say, that is the creative mindset, right? Even if you are a good person, even if you have year of experience and you can build a good solution, but if you are not a creative, then definitely how you can say I am different from the crowd? You need to become a voice of noise, right? If you want to become a voice of noise, then you have to come up with the creative mindset, because everything is open in data science. That is the biggest challenge, is that everything is open, right? Even if you are today, if you are working, for example, let me take an example of regression problem. You work on regression problem using different AutoML or PyCaret or different library which can build the model for you. And if you have good experience, then you can also improvise and fine tune that particular model and come up with the model. Yeah, this is the model. It will give a right prediction, and you can take the decision on that particular predictions. But I would say you should take a next step of this. You should ask yourself, what if I will do this? what if I will do that? If add one more feature, then what could be the possibility? And you should come up with this question to say your client, or to say the leader or the sponsor of the project, stakeholder, why they should trust on your model. You should come up with this question and give the valid reason they need to trust your model, because machine is the things which always depend on the human and the data, right? The data, whatever you put, the simple thing we people all know: garbage in, garbage out. If you put the things like that, it give the result like that. But if you put your intelligence to improve their knowledge, or improve their process to give the result, then you will get the good result. And you should always back your findings or recommendation with the mathematical skill. So next skill, if I add in a data science domain, that is the mathematical skill. Generally, people avoid that to make their career, because with the overwhelm of the knowledge, and even I can say with the, because of many things we need to learn in data science, right? There are 20, 30 of different skills we need to learn at a same time within a 1 or 2 year of learning stage. So people generally think, avoid the importance of mathematical skill. But I would say, when you come up with the solution, the end result or the final solution, your client will ask you, prove your findings, prove your recommendation. And to prove your findings or recommendation, we need to take the help of mathematical skills. Your mathematical skill will help you to prove that yes, these are the hypothetical testings. These are the tests I applied, and those are the things help you to prove that, right? And the last but not least, it's a mapping skill. Generally, people don't know about this. The mapping skill is that if you are good with the domain expert, if you are good with the your technical skill, if you are good with the soft skill, if you are good with the mathematical skill, but you don't know how to map your all skill with the demand of the industry, demand of the job, with the JDs, then there is definitely you will always face the challenges to get the call from any organization. They needed the talent, right? To get the call, to get the interview call, you need to map your all the skill in a very smart way in a resume first of all, right? So that any AI or machine learning application or tool can can give you chance to screen your resume, right? Because nowadays machine will take first your resume and give yes or no, whether this resume is uh, applicable to screen or not, right? So to
Yeah.
get that particular first call, you need to map your all skill in a resume first with the smart manner, in a smart manner. And the second, you need to map your resume with the interview questions, right? So that you can prepare your answer in a crispy and to the point. You can take a leverage of chat gpt, different generative ai tools. You can just put your prompt like that, just give me a top 10 or top 15 question for that particular skills or that particular kind of area. It will give, and you can improvise your answer in a proper manner. So mapping skill is required to build your good resume. Mapping skill is required to prepare your interview calls or job interviews. Mapping skill is required to grow in the data science career as well. Because currently, if I talk about me, after 8 years of experience, if I'm if I have a mapping skill, then I can figure it out. What would be the next chance to get the promotion? What would be the next profile I should target? What would be the next uh, area of data science I should transit my career? Like, for example, NLP engineering is my core. before, I think, 1 or 2 year. But today, generative AI is my core because of the data science evolving so fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm targeting to build my skills on prompt engineering, generative AI, different transformer in NLP, and a different thing in next generation of tools and technology. So if you have that particular mapping skill, then you can map your past with the present and your future with the present.
That's so wonderfully said, simply explained, but such emphasis on how it really important it is. And it is true, people were panicking about AI, and AI will take away human jobs. Not really. You should learn to harness AI to make your own job easier and to make your own profile stand out.
Yes,
That is the
yes,
power of generative AI. So thank you
yes.
so much for telling us how we can use it to
Thank
advance
you.
our own careers and map our skills to the job.
Yes.
And we are so close to our end time, but I still have one more question, and I
Sure.
cannot let you go without asking.
Thank
I want to know, so we all know that mentorship, learning, sharing that knowledge is really important in any career. And
you.
since we're talking about data science, I just want to ask to anyone watching, if they want to get in touch with any mentors, trainers, they want to have a chat about this career, this field, how to get into it, how to crack interviews, how do we find and connect with these mentors? A lot of times people don't have access to that network. So
Right.
I'd love to know that.
Thank you so much for asking this question. And I can say this is the very, very important question for this today's session as well. Because, see, as I said, and as Rishita said, data science is a journey, right? And if you want to go long in this journey, because it's a long life journey, first of all, please make note this: data science is a lifelong journey. You don't know how far it takes to get the first opportunity in this domain if you are a learner, or if you want to transit your career in data science. If I talk about me, I know many people, because whatever I got in this data science world and what I am today, I completely give uh, uh, full my, I can say, I have get opportunity and I become this data lead data scientist or data science senior data science because of my mentor. My mentor guide me how you can get the clarity and how you can make your career in that particular manner, because general roadmap doesn't work for each and everyone, right? The general map roadmap, like, do this module and you will get the call and you will become a data analyst or data scientist. It works only few people, but majority of people it doesn't work, because each and every person have a different priority, different sort of environment to grow, and different kind of resources to improve or make their career, right? So I would say always come up with the mentor, come up with the questions to ask on different social media platform. I would suggest our audience, please take note of these four platforms where they need to make your account or profile or get activated or engage on those platforms. The very first one is the Kaggle.com. They
Mm-hmm.
need to go there and make their account and put their project or use case or case study or whatever they have done so far, so that they
Mm-hmm.
can build their profile to reflect or signaling the different companies. They can practice on Kaggle and build their profile. First one. The second one is GitHub. They need to make their repository and share their knowledge, what they did on Kaggle. For example, if they do one use case in a week on Kaggle, download that particular Jupyter notebook, download that particular data, and upload in a GitHub repository with the detailed documentation, what they have done, what they have found, what is the use of that particular application, what are the benefits, what are the challenges. They can share on GitHub. so that they can build their profile on GitHub and Kaggle side by side. The third one is the medium.com. If they have a good experience, a good understanding of that particular use case or application, they can write a small 500, 1000 word of article so that they can share their knowledge in terms of writing the document in a written form, right? So that other people will get benefited from the summary of their understanding or their knowledge. And the last but not least is LinkedIn. So if you are not activated on LinkedIn, I would request you all, please don't avoid LinkedIn platform. Make your profile, get activated. If you are not able to share your things, just go and like, comment, reshare, repost the things which you are like there, so that you can make your own personal network. If you do that, then for example, if you like 10 or 15 posts on regular basis, just choose the best people, the people who are like-minded like you, the people who can be or could be your ideal in future. Just follow them, and whatever they share, um, like, post and comment, so that if you share the connection request with them, definitely they will allow you to connect with them. They will allow you to come and connect their network. And gradually you can build your network, even 5, 10, 15, 50, hundreds of people, but they are like-minded in data science. They are experienced people. So when you feel any challenge or any trouble or any roadblock in your career or before getting starting your career in data science, you can ask them. Generally, what happened? We don't ask, and we just think, if I ask whether they will respond or not. That's the
Yeah.
reason people generally avoid to take a advantage of experienced people. So if you build your connection, if you build your network, then definitely you will find your mentor, your buddy on this journey. And if you find your buddy on this journey, then this journey will become a very entertaining, enjoyable, and easy. And definitely you can get the clarity. And once you get the clarity about your career, then this career will this journey will give you the proper path where you can achieve the different milestone, even the success in your data science career.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that. So that was Sunil Patel, and I am Rishita. This is Skill Arbitrage YouTube channel. Sunil and I was just talking about data science as an industry, as a career, and as a calling. And as Sunil said, it's a wonderful adventure having a career in data science, lifelong learning. So find your buddy and hang on. See you next week on the same channel. Thanks again, Sunil. Bye
Thanks,
bye.
Rishita. Thanks, everyone. Good night. Take care, and wish you all the very best for your bright future, all. And see you soon. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you.